In the heart of the Singapore Strait, something impossible was born from what we throw away. This is Semakau Island, built from Singapore's garbage and sitting on land worth $1 trillion. When Singapore ran out of space, they looked to Semakau. But even amidst this engineering marvel,
7 kilometers of seawall and 200 million cubic meters of ash and sand were used to create this island, with 90% of it being garbage.
Semakau is the only landfill in the world where dolphins swim and rare birds nest, a paradox of beauty emerging from waste.
This black ash in my hand is the foundation of this paradise. Singapore took its garbage and built tomorrow. Let me show you how this miracle was achieved.
Singapore is one of the smallest countries in the world and one of the richest, but every day this tiny city produces mountains of trash.
Singapore burns 90% of its waste, and the ash that remains is 6 million pounds every single day that has to go somewhere.
Every single day, the ash is sealed and shipped, not to another country, not into the ocean, but to a place where trash becomes treasure, the foundation of new land.
Before Semakau became an eco-paradise, it was an idea, a radical idea, that waste could create land instead of destroy it. It starts with everything you throw away. Every coffee cup, every plastic wrapper, every chicken bone from the hawker center.
At these facilities, garbage becomes electricity, enough to power hundreds of thousands of homes. And what remains is inert ash that is completely safe.
The ash is still here, millions of tons of it, and you cannot just throw away ash.
The sheer scale of the challenge.
Every container is sealed and tested and tracked, and the ash will never touch the ocean water, because this is engineering, not dumping.
Before the ash can be placed, the wall must be built from granite imported from Indonesia,
This is the ocean's defense line, and without it the ash would contaminate the sea, but with it the island becomes possible.
The ash arrives not as waste, but as foundation. This is the first layer of land that will one day be worth $1 trillion. Layer by layer, the island takes shape with ash and sand and more ash. Each layer carefully measured, tested, and compacted. Nothing that falls on Semakau escapes into the ocean because every drop of rain is collected, tested, and treated as pure engineering. Something magical happens as the landfill that was born from garbage becomes a sanctuary. Step 1 is the ash arriving as a slurry mixed with water to make it flow like a river. And this is how you build with garbage.
The island is divided into cells, with each one filled, sealed, and covered before the next one begins. No waste escapes.
Each layer is compacted to 99% density, with no air pockets and no gaps, so this land will not sink.
The ash must dry completely before the next layer, and patience is part of the process. Between each layer of ash, a barrier of clean sand prevents mixing, creating separation like a layer cake of 7 layers of protection, each designed for a specific purpose, together create the strongest landfill in human history.
A synthetic liner stronger than steel is laid over every completed cell as the final barrier that nothing gets through.
Then comes life, with fertile soil rich with nutrients, creating a foundation for forests, not garbage. Over 40,000 trees have been planted on Semakau, including mangrove, rainforest, and coastal species, creating a forest on a landfill. Mangroves are the island's first line of defense. Their roots stabilize the shore and provide a Today, Semakau is home to rare bird species that were once disappearing, because the landfill gave them a sanctuary. Even dolphins have returned to these waters because the island, once built from garbage, has become a vibrant marine sanctuary. Beneath the waves, coral has taken root, and the seawall has become an artificial reef, teeming with life. Every drop of rainwater that falls on Semakau is collected and treated, and this water is clean enough to drink.
Leachate, the liquid that forms in all landfills, is collected and treated, and nothing reaches the ocean.
Looks completely clean, working as designed.
Methane from the decomposing waste is collected and converted to electricity, and so the island that runs on garbage powers the city. This facility powers the entire island's operations and sends surplus energy back to Singapore.
Recent study confirms the island is safe, stable, and thriving, The soil samples are rich in nutrients, ensuring the highest environmental standards are met.
The island is also a classroom where children visit to learn that waste is not the end, but can be a beginning. Every tree planted on Semakau is grown here first, as a nursery of hope on a foundation of waste.
Old trees are brought in to accelerate the transformation, so why wait decades when you can create a forest today? From above, Semakau looks like any other tropical island because the garbage is completely invisible. It truly is a beautiful transformation.
Every morning, the island wakes to the same view, reminding us that humanity can build something beautiful.
At night, Semakau is dark and peaceful, making it hard to believe this place was ever called a dump. Behind the beauty is constant monitoring. A team of engineers ensures everything works perfectly. This professional...
Even as the island becomes a paradise, the process continues, and Semakau will grow until 2035 when Singapore's waste is fully managed.
Every cell is prepared years in advance because the island grows according to a plan that looks decades ahead.
The rhythm is always the same, with fill and compact and seal and plant, transforming garbage into garden.
The workers who built Semakau see it differently because they know what lies beneath the grass. Maintenance never stops, and every completed cell is checked daily because the island is a living structure.
The wildlife doesn't know this place was built from waste, because to them, it's just a forest.
This work is hot, demanding, and relentless, yet every worker here knows they are part of history.
I told him.
The machines that build Semakau are serviced daily. There is no downtime and absolutely no mistake. Every month, hundreds visit Semakau to see if it's real, and they leave changed.
The original island cemetery remains, with the dead resting above the landfill in a peaceful coexistence.
Singapore and Semakau are connected because the city's waste becomes the island's life in a perfect cycle. The engineers who designed Semakau have been working on it for decades, and they're not done yet. Every soil sample from Semakau is tested, and the results are consistently perfect. This is what Semakau used to be as a small island in the middle of the sea, and this is what it became.
2.5 square kilometers of land in a country where land is more valuable than gold creates value over $1 trillion.
Singapore's solution isn't just for Singapore, but serves as a model for every coastal city struggling with waste.
By 2035, Semakau will be complete, as a testament to what humans can achieve when we refuse to waste.
Every completed cell is inspected and tested and certified to meet the highest standards in the world.
The entire story of Semakau is documented not just for Singapore, but for the world. Semakau is built for the long term, with maintenance planned for the next half-century, reflecting our commitment to the island's future. The people who will care for Semakau in the future are being trained today.
The community has never forgotten Semakau. They come here to remember and celebrate the enduring bond between the people and this remarkable place.
Sometimes the island's workers bring their families because the landfill is also a playground.
As the sun sets, Semakau glows, reminding us that even the darkest waste can become something beautiful.
Semakau is one island, but its message is global, because we don't have to waste our waste.
This is Semakau, $1 trillion of land, built from nothing, but really built from everything.
On the horizon is the city that created this island, reminding us that our waste is never truly gone, reflecting the ongoing cycle.
Waste becomes something new, and something better, and something that lasts. Semakau is proof that nothing is truly wasted if we refuse to waste it. Semakau is proof that nothing is truly wasted if we refuse to waste it.
This video is created for educational purposes using AI tools. The script and ideas were inspired by public info and competitor concepts, then rewritten using AI to ensure originality. Visual and animation are AI generated using View 3, Meta AI, Grok AI, and editing is done and CapCut. We do not copy or use any other creator's content. This video is informative only and does not present AI. Visual is real footage.